Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host Evan Teague, and with me, like always, is Noah Bailey. If you're new to this program, this is a show where Noah and I talk about all the nerdy stuff from the past week. But we have more important matters to deal with because in 4 days, no, it's 4 days, 4 days, Avengers Infinity War is coming out. So we felt it only natural that we talk the entire episode today about potential Avengers Infinity War predictions. This could go 40 minutes, it could go 40 hours. We don't know. We're just going to talk and yeah, we'll have fun doing it. So, are you ready, Noah?
I am so ready. Let's do this.
Oh, and potential spoilers because we might be right about stuff. I don't know. um,
If we are, we're sorry, but also,
cool. Yeah. Okay. So, I feel it only natural considering just how this movie is, considering the villain, considering just the way the marketing has been, I feel it only natural is to start with who we think the major characters who are gonna die will be.
Hmm.
So, you want to do it like point for point, or just like list everyone? Well,
uh, yeah, go. Okay. Do you want, or like, or maybe we could go like live or die based on the. I don't know. No, that's done. That'll take too long. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go point for point. That's
okay.
fine.
So, the first character on my list, I have Iron Man, but
Yeah.
he will not die when you think, because all the trailers and stuff, we've only really seen Iron Man fight Thanos on that kind of alien planet. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he'll actually die right there.
Interesting.
Do you think he'll die
I
there?
mean, uh, the thing is, I'm kind of what you're thinking. Like, it's almost too obvious. It seems
Mm,
like they keep showing, the thing where he just gets, knocked out with
yeah,
Thanos, and then just like, oh man, that might be it right there. He's like, I hope they remember you, and like,
it
it
just seems
seems
too
like
heavy
that.
fisted.
Yeah, it seems almost like they're telling you this is gonna happen, so they're expecting you to think it,
Mm,
and then at the last second, Doctor Strange's like, yep, nope, nope, let's go,
yeah,
Tony, like
yeah,
or like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I definitely do think he's gonna die, especially because I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s been doing this the longest, and
10 years.
if anyone, if yeah, if anyone's run out of time, it's him. So it's
Mm,
like I feel like I feel like he might be injured there, but I don't think he'll die on the spot. I think he
mm,
might die later, like
yeah,
from his
same.
injuries or something.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
like
know.
I also have Captain America on this list.
Mm,
And I feel there needs to be at least one scene of them both together again. Because after Civil War,
right.
they're still friends, but there's still that divide. There needs to be at least one
Mm,
more scene of them together doing something again. And I feel it only makes sense that like also I think Captain America is not gonna die when we think like, that scene where Thanos is
mm,
like pushing him down. I don't think that's gonna
right.
be the scene where Cap
Nah.
dies either. That just seems too obvious.
Yeah, it's like
Like
I feel like in that battle, I think actually this is actually into one of my other things. I think like in that battle, like he's
yeah.
gonna be almost that, and then someone else is gonna like try to save him, and they're gonna end up getting killed.
Okay. Okay. Um but yeah, I feel Captain America just it would just be beautiful if like Captain America and Iron Man both die at the same time doing something like epic.
It's so honorable.
Yeah.
It's like he did cap. It's like I can do this all day.
Hmm. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, take me instead.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we got pretty much the two obvious ones. Like
Yeah, I
everyone's
mean,
predicting them to die because they've
yeah,
been this
like
for.
no one's, yeah.
Plus,
Okay.
Chris Evans is already saying he's probably not going to come back after Avengers 4, so like
Mhm.
it only really makes sense for them
Yeah,
to go ahead and kill him off.
yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's your time, man. It's
Mhm.
like, I don't know. And plus, I mean, Cap is like what, like at this point, he's like 70s or something like that,
Te-
technically, or something like that,
Technically, like I think he's almost
80 or something like
100 because he
that.
was
Is
in
it?
the
Okay.
ice for over 70 years.
Right. Okay. So he was what, 16 during World War One. So yeah, he's over
Two,
100.
one,
Or is
two,
it two? Is it one or two?
two.
No,
It's
it's
two.
two.
Yeah, the
Okay, it's
Nazis. Yeah,
two. Okay, so
was he only
that means
16?
so yeah, because remember he tried to enlist because he was too young. Remember?
Okay, okay.
Okay, so that's World War II started like 19. I want to say like 40 or
America got involved in 42.
okay, so yeah, because after Pearl Harbor in December
Mm.
41. Okay, so 42. So that means he's approximately what? Like, oh gosh, let me not mess up
86,
math.
80, he was
Yeah.
86 in Avengers ish.
Okay, so yeah, now he's about yeah, so
Oh,
he's
almost
about
90.
that 90 to 100. Dang, Cat, you got. I mean, the average life expectancy is only in your 70s, so I mean,
Yeah,
a
true.
lot of averages. But no, I do think Cap will also mean his demise,
Mm,
unfortunately, because
yeah.
I mean, I love this Cap, but I mean, this is time. Plus, he's got these he's got multiple like potential
Yeah.
successors, so it's not like a huge deal. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's the
Also,
person you were predicting would like save him from
I
Thanos?
actually thought that was going to be Bucky
Bucky?
because
Okay.
I think that he's like in that scene where the hands coming
Hmm.
out and Cap Bucky's gonna like try to intervene and like try to fight off Thanos. He's gonna give Cap enough time to get away, but in the
Yeah.
process, I think first the arm's gonna go
Oh, yeah, of
again,
course. Again.
and then he's just gonna get wasted.
Okay.
But it'll be like Valiant, it'll be like a
Mm,
no, or like I actually think Bucky's gonna say I can do this all day, and
nice.
then as Cat, like like a little like yeah, and
Mm,
then gets wasted, but
yeah.
like, uh,
Yeah. And I
but
mean, it would be fine because, I mean, Falcon has also been Captain America before,
right,
so
exactly.
it could
So like
work.
that's I mean yeah, I that's all another. I think that Falcon's gonna take over that whole cat. I mean he
Yeah.
is technically a fugitive as well. I mean everyone's
True.
pretty much a criminal at this point, but I mean
Yeah.
when the world's getting blown up or destroyed,
Hmm.
I think people are gonna be like, hey, it's whatever. You saved us all.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't trust anything they're showing so far, especially since they've
Hmm.
just been showing essentially the same, like, maybe four sequences through all the marketing. I feel there's at least one more big scene we haven't seen yet. So, like,
Oh, there, yeah, and I mean, especially with how long this movie's supposed to be, there's definitely some big time chunks we haven't. Because I mean, we don't really know anything about like the first part. Because like we know that Thor is floating in space and running
mhm,
into the Guardians, but like I mean, that's probably like later into the movie than maybe some people think.
maybe, yeah.
I because I think it's gonna start out basically like obviously Thanos they find Thor's ship, and one thing I think that when that scene where like Loki gives him the Tesseract, I think that's gonna be Loki trying to trick Thanos because
Mhm,
mischief,
yeah.
and then Thanos is gonna be like, "You think you can fool me?" And then Loki gets wasted.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I
think.
have Loki on my list too.
Yeah,
He's dead.
yeah,
He's dying.
it makes sense, sense because like yeah, because like I'm a great villain, but the only thing that can beat a great villain
It's a better
is the
villain.
greatest movie. He just gets destroyed,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh man, this is business. We're in trouble,
Yeah.
like.
Plus, it just makes sense. Like Loki, he's had his time in the limelight. Like he's had his
Mhm.
character arc. He's more or less an anti-hero at this point. So like
Yeah,
him dying in order to save the others, like would actually would make sense.
yeah. There's a lot of like because like also like Nebula, I don't think will
Mhm.
make it out because
Yeah, either Nebula and or Gamora, I think, are gonna die
well,
too.
that's one thing. I feel like if Gamora, I don't know if she'll die, but I think she's definitely gonna get like really bad, and I think that's when Star Lord's gonna like let the like Celestialists
Mm.
out and like
Okay.
try
Okay.
to go toe to toe with Thanos for a while.
Hmm.
And the Avengers are like, all right, guys, we can do this, like
Yeah.
rally whatever troops are left and
Yeah.
go for gold.
Yeah. Because like, what better way to show just how bad of a dude Thanos is than letting him kill one or both of his daughters?
Yeah, like just because, oh, you defy me, all right then, hold on, smite me, like just kind of lay down the law,
Yep.
and like, dude, oh, starting to feel the hype again. I'm so happy. But
Again.
no, it's just like, yeah, I mean, like it was weird. It was like a moment, like I said earlier, like it was a moment where I was just like, dude, I don't know if I'm ready for this. But now that I'm talking, I'm like, yeah,
I'm
it's
ready.
about time.
It doesn't feel
Like
real yet, but I'm ready.
it doesn't. But like when I get there, I'm gonna be like,
Mm.
oh, it's
What's
happening.
happening? What's happening?
Oh,
Ah.
it's happening. Oh, I just
Yes. Yes.
like, it's like yes. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I really
Oh
am.
yeah. Obviously.
Man, oh my gosh. But yeah, I think Nebula's gonna. I don't want to say Gamora's gonna die because I feel like that would kind of ruin the Guardians' whole like dynamic because after that Star Lord's not gonna be as cheery, happy go lucky
Mm,
because girl just got wasted. Like
yeah,
that's kind of hard to that's kind of hard to bounce back from, and but
yeah.
I don't
But I
know.
feel at least one of the Guardians, in order to have stakes at some like for future movies, at least one of them has to. And if it like is Nebula like
Yeah,
considered one of the Guardians?
no,
No.
but I mean she is, and I mean she is a part of
Yeah, she's an
their
important character, I
team.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a part. I mean, yeah, she's a part. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm only counting like the people that are like necessary, like we can like
Mm,
afford to get rid of. I feel like there's gonna be other people who are like, no, we can't lose that per like I'm not
yeah.
saying I won't get like mad, but like if Cap or Iron Man dies, I'm not gonna be like, how will the universe survive without them? I feel
Hmm.
like there's gonna be at least one or two of those where I'm just like, what are we gonna do? Like
Yeah, like
that was
I feel that's kind of how I feel like if Thor died, I don't know what would happen at that point.
yeah, you're just like, but his movies just got so good,
Yeah.
like it's like
You just got a new hammer. Like what?
yeah, like it's just like they just got. I mean, supposedly gonna get a new hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Like there's
technically
already
accurate.
action figures, but he has a new like
Yeah,
axe thing.
it's, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably what. Yeah, is that what that? Do you think that scene where he's like, doing the thing or whatever that
Yeah,
is?
that's him
Yeah.
forging the new one.
Okay, cool. I wonder how they do that. I wonder where he's gonna go.
Him, I think, essentially, from what I can tell, him and the uh, Groot and Rocket are going to another dying star so that he can fuse
Okay,
the elements of that star into a new
make a
weapon.
new hammer. Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Which, which again, like just having Thor go off to make a new hammer, supposedly to come back to Earth to help the Earthlings fight off Thanos, just brings more credence to the fact that there's way more to this movie than we haven't seen yet. Thor's got to come back to something. Like
Yeah.
I don't see Thor just coming back to that big open battle in Wakanda. That just doesn't really feel right. I feel there needs to be something
Mm-mm.
after for Thor to come back to, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's something I feel that was one of my predictions. I feel like the Wakanda battle is not going to be like the last battle at the end. I feel like that's
Might
only
be at
going
the
to be
end
like
of Act Two.
halfway.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it's going to be like the airport scene kind of from
Mm-hmm.
Civil
Yeah,
War. Like
yeah.
it's not going to be the end. It's going to be like that. You knew this was coming. This is the fight we've all been waiting
Mm-hmm.
for. But this is not the end. This is only the main course. It's not
Yeah.
dessert. Like that scene's going to be so.
Oh yeah.
It's going to have all these people running like yeah, everybody just
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. I just want to see that scene where like they're like kind of losing, and then all of a sudden the guy just pulls out the horn, calls out the rhinos again, and they just
Mm.
like let's go. Oh my,
Yes.
it's gonna be so satisfying.
There's so many possibilities.
I know. It's just
Speaking of that Wakanda battle, of course, Vision. I mean, he has the
yeah,
Mind
okay,
Stone in
yeah.
his
I mean,
head.
that kind of
Sorry.
goes without.
Sorry.
Actually, okay. Here's a thought I had.
Uh huh.
Okay, Vision is the one literally everyone says is getting wasted, right?
Yeah.
So like, what if somehow he didn't?
See, I've actually kind of have a loophole in my predictions. I think he like the Mind Stone is going to be taken out of him, but he's
Right.
still going to just be a robot.
That's what I'm saying. Because like maybe
Yeah.
like Shuri finds a way to like, it's like why didn't you guys just think about doing that? And they're just like, and then Tony's just like, son of a gun, like
Yeah.
why is this little girl smarter than me?
I mean, for the record, when they made Vision, they were under a lot of pressure and like there was
This is
turmoil in
true.
the team anyway, so
Right.
it's kind of a rush job regardless. So like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a good
yes, Shuri
chance
is
they-
smarter, but still, like
Yeah.
there were
Yeah,
circumstances
I
that
mean,
made it so they
like
could.
like the world was, falling on itself. So like we were kind of busy.
Granted, it was their fault, but still.
Details. It's fine.
Yeah.
We fixed it. We
And-
had a whole movie about that. It's fine.
And especially since Jarvis's AI is still in Vision, it would just
Right.
make sense for Vision to be his own character, just not be Vision, not have the power, just be a robot.
Right.
Yeah, smart
Maybe they'll
robot,
just
I
put him
guess.
back in a suit or something. Just make
Yeah.
him AI again.
Yeah,
Like
we'll
it's
see why
like
not.
Friday, it's not you, it's me. I just
Yeah, like at least Jarvis will survive through the end.
yeah. Yeah, the actual like Vision body. Which is kind of cool that he had like, in the trailer we see like his like human
Oh, yeah, I
kind of
forgot about
looking
that.
exo. Yeah, which I don't know, because like in other TV spots we see him back as just, Vision as we normally see him. So
I think that'll just be
I don't know
like
if
one
that-
scene, maybe. Or
yeah,
like a
probably
vision,
like at the very beginning.
like a
Or
better
maybe
word.
that's his like, his what is it? alter ego or something. He's trying to be like, I feel like there's gonna be like a scene or like Vision trying to be a normal person,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's gonna like accidentally phase through a door instead of walking through it. And he's like,
Yeah.
and everyone's gonna be like,
Well, we
what?
got
And he's
used to
like,
that.
yeah, you know, he's like, he's never been good with doors. He's like, but the door was open. You lock the doors, man. You don't phase. You don't Martian Manhunter. You can't. People don't do that. Oh man. Oh,
So
yes.
the next one might be like a kind of bold choice, but I feel like the way it was worded in Thor Ragnarok, I think Bruce Banner is going to die.
Really?
Not
Do you
Hulk.
think like
Not Hulk.
you
Bruce
think he's
Banner.
just gonna become Hulk forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's something I thought about because I mean, especially how much they hinted at it during,
Mm.
Ragnarok, like you were saying. Yeah, I
Because
feel like
like
there's a good chance of that happening.
because like he was scared to turn back into Hulk because he was afraid. Like I don't know how many more times I could like. This was basically said in the movie. I don't know how many more times I could do this before he completely takes over.
Yeah.
So he became the Hulk at the end of Thor Ragnarok, and then when he fell back to Earth, I guess at the beginning of Infinity War, he turned back to Bruce Banner. Then he went into the Wakanda battle in the Hulkbuster armor because he didn't want to be the Hulk anymore,
Right.
and he's gonna burst out at some point, and become the
Just
Hulk, and that's it.
yeah,
Bruce
I feel like
Banner's
it may have
gone.
meant like when they start losing, maybe, and then all of a sudden just.
Yeah,
I was like, "What is that?" It's like that's our reinforcements. I just started,
we have a Hulk.
wrecking. Yeah, we have a Hulk. Like that's a thing. He
Yeah.
just wrecks. Thanos on. Thanos is just like, we should do something about that. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bruce Banner, I feel is.
Feel like Bruce. Yeah, that would shake it up a little bit. It's just Hulk now. It can't really. Not bad. Yeah, because you lose. I mean, you lose Banner's scientific mind. You lose, a person. That's kind of important.
Yeah.
And Natasha's going to be all sad about it.
Yeah, and
because,
Hulk doesn't really, fit inside buildings all that well.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Like, how many PhDs does Hulk have?
He's only a 2-year-old. Don't give him too much. Like, don't give him
Hey
too much
man,
flack.
whoa man, whoa! Like
What?
he,
What?
I just
Hulk
love
was
it.
2 years old in Thor Ragnarok.
No, not you. No, not you. I'm talking about no. I'm talking about like in that scene Thor Ragnarok.
Oh,
Like me and my
right,
brother
right.
love that scene where he's just so like my brother loves it when he's just so mad about how he's like no, I prefer you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk's all smash. Yeah. I love that.
Yes.
It's such
Yeah.
a good scene. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Basically, I think it's gonna start. I think it is gonna like start out with like the ship with all the Asgardians get attacked. I think everyone except Thor on the ship and I guess Hulk are gonna pretty much die.
Yeah, unfortunately. Asgard's
Yeah.
not a people if there's no more people.
Yep.
Sorry.
Asgard can't be
Sorry.
a people if there aren't any Asgardians. Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet, just like
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah, that's gonna start. And then the Guardians run into. Okay, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are the okay? So do you think the Guardians are gonna be on their way to Earth and just run into Thor, or just gonna hit him?
I think. I kind of think maybe Thor will be thrown through one of those portals that Thanos comes through, and the Guardians are
Okay.
like just so happen to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I want to see. I know this is like the cliche, like kind of like how they did with Cap, like the world's changed. But I kind of want to see how like Star Lord reacts to like 2018 versus the 80s, and he's
Yeah.
just like, "Whoa, dude, he's got a Walkman on his phone." Like he's like, "Dude, Spotify," and just like walks away, and he's just like, "What?" He's gonna be like, because I feel like Chris Pratt could just own that.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just like, what? Like he just like goes crazy and just loves
Yeah.
it.
Now, granted, the music nowadays isn't nearly as good as what he used to, but still.
This is true. This is true. It's like, wait, what is he saying? We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really feel the Guardians will interact will be on Earth all that much. Especially since in my head, like the true climax will more likely either be in space or on like a desolated Earth or
Yeah,
something.
something like just a crater that used to
Yeah,
be a place.
yeah. Like New York is just gone.
That'd be so messed. New York's not a place. It's a no. I'm just kidding. It doesn't apply. But gosh, oh, that'd be so messed up because like
Mm,
everybody'd be dead and like,
yep.
well, New York can't be totally dead unless Doctor Strange somehow like. Do
I
you think
mean,
they're gonna do a lot of that like time manipulation with Doctor Strange to like do the whole cop out like oh reverse time so everything doesn't blow up kind of thing?
um, I'll get to that later, actually.
Okay, okay,
Because of course at some point Thanos is gonna get the time stone from him, probably in that scene where
right,
like all his
yeah.
pokey
Then
things are in
severe
his head. They're
acupuncture.
gonna rip it off his chest. Um, uh, so before we get more into that, I do want to talk about one more death I personally think is gonna happen, or at least not really sure about death, but at least someone who's gonna be seriously injured. I
Mhm.
think Spider-Man has potential to be something bad happen to him.
Something that like he's not gonna die. He's got another movie.
I know this, but the main problem that many people have with the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now is that there haven't really been any stakes.
This
Like,
is true.
Quicksilver's really been the only one who's died, but no one really cares about Quicksilver. At the end of
This is
Civil
true.
War, everyone's still fine. Even Captain's still alive. And even at the end, Captain America and Iron Man are still, basically friends. Like that, that
Kind
that
of, yeah.
letter, they're not on the worst terms.
Hmm.
So in order to have some stakes going into Avengers 4, which Spider-Man 2 is not coming out until after Avengers 4.
Okay.
I feel like something has to happen to at least one prominent character we know is getting a sequel. I feel
Hmm.
Spider-Man just kind of fits.
You think like he'll be like severely injured, and then maybe Miles Morales has to like
Maybe,
fill in?
maybe
That could happen. Yeah, I could.
because
That would work.
there was that one scene in like one of the early trailers where Iron Man's like sitting on the in that on that
Mm.
alien planet like looking just distraught, and I feel like it would make sense if because Spider Man's essentially like his
Yeah,
protege, so
yeah.
like
It's his fault.
yeah
Like he even said that.
for Iron Man to be like oh crap I got this kid hurt, this is my fault. It's like just I feel like that makes too much sense, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. He won't be dead, but he'll be like beaten to the point where it's like he might not come out. But like
Mm,
his powers only make him go into a coma instead
yeah,
of die or
coma.
something like that.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the scene he's in a coma, and then like Mary Jane or Michelle or whatever, it's just like, hey,
Hey.
how you doing? It's like, hey, how's that coma treating you? Something stupid like that. Everyone's just like, it's like, oh.
Okay, so are there anyone else that you think might be on the chopping block?
Okay, let's see. We went through. Oh, well, I mean, probably Hawkeye, just because. I mean, I feel like he has like I'm not. This sounds weird, but like, he has the most to lose because we've actually
Hmm.
seen his
I'm
family and stuff.
surprised he didn't die in Age of Ultron,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what I'm saying. Like you expected it there, so now it's like, all right,
Yeah.
you made it out the first
Hmm.
time, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, he's went in retirement, a couple
Three
times, but
separate times.
right? He's like Brett Favre. But when the world's blowing up, you're like, well, I mean, I could just stay with my family, but I
Hmm.
mean, you got to avenge. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, but I think yeah, he has the most to lose. I think he'll definitely
Hmm. He has a
probably.
chance, yeah.
I think there's a solid
Yeah.
chance.
Now that's actually nice transition into like how do you think Hawkeye will work in this movie? Because they're leaving him out of these trailers for a reason, I feel.
Right. Just
And, and I feel the
good.
main reason for that is because Hawkeye will obviously show up, but I think he'll show up as Ronin.
Really.
Yeah, because uh, Clint Barton has actually been Ronin in the comics before, and since Hawkeye is now a fugitive because he's
Hmm.
on Cap's team, it would make sense for him to have a completely new identity. Plus, there were some behind the scene pictures of I can't remember his name, the actor's name. Mm,
Oh gosh, wait for
uh,
Oh, you mean Jason? It's Jason something.
Jason something,
Jeremy
right?
Renner.
Jerry,
Jeremy
yeah,
Renner.
yeah. Jerry
Okay.
Renner had like pants on that looked very Ronin esque, so
Yeah.
that kind of helps.
I mean, yeah, there's a good chance that could happen. Yeah, that would make sense because that would explain why. Because that would spoil it if you saw
Mm,
him,
yeah,
obviously. So that does make a lot of. Actually, okay, that's something I didn't think about. I forgot about that. But
because
yeah, it would make that.
like he's just Hawkeye. Like I like
Right.
Hawkeye just fine, but like there's nothing really special that he can really do that no one else can. So for them to leave him out of the promotion entirely makes me feel like there's something different about him. He's probably even
Mhm.
in Wakanda during that big
Yeah.
Wakanda battle. It's just like Spider-Man and Civil War. They're just not showing him in the trailers yet.
Yeah. They're just gonna let that he's just like throw something. Or I don't know. Who knows? There's gonna be so much in this movie. There's so many characters. That's the thing. There's just so much going on, and
Mm. So what about Ant-Man? Because he's scheduled to be in the movie as far as IMDb goes, but he hasn't
yeah,
shown up at all yet in the trailers or
I,
anything.
I don't, I don't know if he will. I don't like. I mean, I know he's supposed to. But I don't think he's gonna have a big impact. I know
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
like
think he'll just
Infinity
have more of a
War.
cameo.
Yeah, he'll just kind of be like, yeah, you guys, like he'll like, you guys go ahead. I'll hold down the fort, or something
Mm,
like that. He doesn't
yeah,
really want because he's like a hero, but he's not all like in it to save the world. He's more like,
yeah,
hey, I don't really feel like dying.
yeah. Plus, he's also technically he's still a fugitive, as we've seen in Ant-Man
Right,
2. So
right. So like maybe he's the only one who doesn't get locked. Like he's the only one who doesn't like escape fugitiveness. I guess
I guess,
they don't. Yeah, maybe like he like doesn't want to go with them, and Cap's like, all
mm,
right, fine, we'll just leave you here.
yeah, and
And then
like I guess he can't like he wouldn't be a super major character because I mean he has Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out later this year.
right,
So like I don't they probably feel okay, we don't need to focus on him too much, especially since
he's
you don't
getting his
really
own
need him
movie.
for the story to work anyway, so
Mhm.
it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna have a big role, but I mean, yeah, he'll probably make an appearance. I don't think the actual Ant-Man costume. I think it'll just be the actor.
Okay, okay, I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, he's probably not gonna be escape custody or anything.
Mm-hmm. So um one thing before we get into like some bigger stuff I want to talk about, one thing that's perplexed many people is that Peter Dinklage is apparently has a role in this movie.
Hmm.
So do you think it'll be like a major role? Because he's in between Idris Elba and someone else who's like not a major character, but like they're not. Oh, it was it. I think it might be. No, never mind. I lost it. But like, uh, he's
I
he's trying to not have like a major role, but still it's there. So
Yeah.
what do you think's up with that?
Okay. Well, my thing is I mean that's a pretty as far as like Hollywood goes, that's a
Mm.
pretty like decent sized name to just put in there. So they're
Yeah.
gonna have some kind of like decent role. It's not just gonna be like a hey man, that was my car you blew up. Like it's
Mm.
actually gonna be real. So I think he's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a character that is going to have impacts on this and the next Avengers movie. I'm
Mm.
not sure how yet because I mean, who knows what he could be,
Yeah.
but like I think it's gonna have something to do with like something that connects basically.
Mm. Yeah. I'm thinking either he's voicing one of the four Black Order minions that
Yeah.
Thanos has, or honestly, I feel this might be more likely. I think he voices Modoc, which I don't like Modoc, but I think it would make
Hmm.
sense, right?
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, he kind of fits the art. I mean, kind of like I mean, obviously he's like, shorter, but I
Yeah.
mean, like that's not a huge deal. Like you can
Mm,
make that work, and just like he has. Yeah, maybe he could be Modoc. Yeah, there's gonna be there's so many characters of it. That's the thing. Like the possibilities are endless. Like there's could be
mm,
characters we don't even know. They're like, oh my god.
yeah.
I mean, he could be the Silver Surfer. We don't even know.
We don't know.
Like we
We don't
don't
even know if
know.
he's in like. We don't know. Will Silver Surfer even be in the movie? We
That's
like
what I'm
Kevin
saying.
Feige or one of the Russo brothers, like basically essentially said no, Silver Surfer, despite the rumors, is not going to be in it. But still, they've done stuff like that before, and just
Mm-hmm.
they said that
That's what
before,
I'm
and yet
saying.
it turned out they're straight out lying. So like,
That's what I'm
I don't know what to
saying.
think.
Like, they cannot be trusted.
Yeah. Uh,
I love them, but I don't trust them. Like, it's just like, we don't know. That's the thing. There's so many possibilities they
yeah.
could go with this. Like, I mean, you can make predictions, but I mean, it's like there's no way of knowing until the
Hmm.
movie actually happens.
Yeah. And like even if Silver Surfer, or even if like someone asked one of the Russo brothers who Peter Dinklage was playing, they wouldn't tell you. They would probably just say no regardless. So like
Yeah.
asking
Did
him,
it?
asking him, well, will the Silver Surfer be in it? That's not going to help. They wouldn't tell you.
They were like, "Oh, you can find out on Friday."
It's like when like GMA hosts or like any other interviewer asks people from this movie, it's like, oh, who's gonna die? It's like, why the heck would they tell you?
It's like they can't tell you. Legally obligated that I can't say anything. Like,
And even if
like,
most of the actors don't even know anything outside of their
that's
own
right.
characters, so even if they knew their
Right.
character died, they weren't gonna tell you.
Yeah. Like, oh, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I know they like want to ask because you never know, but I mean, you might have, not have a Tom Holland situation, but I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
but yeah, Marvel's like, yeah, that's not happening again. We're gonna just shut that down.
Hmm.
But I mean, who knows? I mean, who knows? This is, oh man, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yes.
huge.
In every single interview since, Tom Holland accidentally slipped. I don't remember what it was, but he said something. He's always been paired up with either Robert Downey Jr. or Benedict Cumberbatch because like they've been doing this
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, it's like I'll answer that for
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
I'll just like, direct all questions to me, please.
Hmm.
And it's kind of funny because like I feel like that's a very like dynamic that works in movies because like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange like, okay, kid, let me
Yeah.
do this. Or like Iron Man's like, this is not how we do things. We're Avengers.
Yeah.
Like we don't oh man, it's so crazy how like that connects. But yeah, as far as who is gonna play, I mean, who knows? It's kind of like they just like he's on there, and it's not like the last name on the billing, so it's gonna have a pretty significant role. But
Hmm.
obviously, I'm not gonna tell you what that
Yeah.
role is. So it's like,
Because he is billing right before, or right after Idris Elba. So like,
mm,
and Idris Elba is not going to play a huge role. He's probably just going to be in the Asgard ship. He might get away. He might die. I don't know.
right,
So we have no idea. But Idris Elba is still a big name. So like,
right.
oh, Peter Dinklage, like he just there's no way to gauge like how important his character is going to be.
I'm saying like he could be like a huge factor. I mean, he could just be like, oh, hey, yeah, you don't know. Like I assume he's gonna be a pretty like substantial figure because why bring him in if he's not gonna
Hmm.
do much? But
Yeah.
still, you've no idea.
Hmm. And it's also interesting because he played someone in X Men: Days of Future Past. Was it that one or was it No, it was Age of Future Past. Yeah. Um.
Future pair. Who was it? Do
So
you remember?
uh it was some business person, some like mutant hating business
Okay.
person, or maybe senator. I don't know. Um, and many people are predicting, oh, he's the same character as in that movie, but like, no, that's not at all. That's not it.
It's like, oh, that's like I can't even list all the reasons why that
like,
statement is incorrect.
like, if they were to have a crossover between X Men and the Marvel universe, I feel someone more important should be the first one they introduce.
He's like, not that we don't value your character, but they're how do we put this? More qualified
Yeah,
members of the X-Men universe that we would probably put our foot forward with.
yeah.
Like I mean, yeah, especially with the X-Men still doing their thing with like
Hmm.
it's gonna be a while, unfortunately, but it's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so um, I mentioned this earlier, and I legitimately believe that everyone who dies will come back.
No, they
Yes.
can't do they
Now,
can't do
like
that.
I don't necessarily like it, but I believe that's what's gonna happen.
I don't
Be-
really. Okay, go ahead. Go
yes,
ahead.
because just in my head, I have this like the only way I would be okay with this is if um they beat Thanos, they get all the Infinity Stones back, either the Reality Stone or the Time Stone. They either use the Gauntlet or the Eye of whatever and bring everyone back. And then after they bring everyone back, Scarlet Witch like has this look on her face, and like she can't really like tell what's happening. And then after credit scene happens, Quicksilver comes back to life.
Mm,
Hmm?
uh,
Hmm? Hmm?
I don't.
Eh?
I hear you. I personally I don't like this outcome at all. I think this is well, one. I think any okay for me. Anytime someone dies and
Yeah.
gets brought back to life, for me, I feel like the movie is a cop out kind of because it's kind of like
Uh,
you know.
you're a fan of Dragon Ball. That's
Okay,
literally the
yes,
entire premise of that show.
no, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I love like don't get me wrong. I love Dragon Ball, with Dragon Ball Z, but I've never once felt emotional when someone dies
Fair
because it's like,
enough.
oh, he'll be back next season. Like it's not a big deal.
Mm,
And like I don't want this to happen in this universe. Because then the argument can be, well, you did it once, why don't you just do it again? And then the whole like Marvel has no stakes thing is gonna take whole new heights.
yeah.
And like that's gonna be the one thing that everyone's gonna bring up. They're like, oh yeah, well at least we know that, in the DCEU, the least when people die,
Superman came
like
back.
yeah, oh, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And like even me, I'd be mad. Like, first of all, when you can't come out and say deaths are gonna be, confirmed, and then like, just kidding, like,
Well, for the record, Kevin Feige didn't say they would be confirmed. He said he's considering them being permanent.
yeah, but I mean, they might
Which
as well.
at this point, you should know. Like, and he does. That doesn't necessarily mean Avenger death. That can mean the Asgardian deaths or like other people or like human deaths. I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, but I mean, I'd be personally if that happens, I'd be disappointed. I'll
And
straight up.
also, Doctor Strange was essentially put into the Marvel comics specifically for that purpose, specifically to bring people back to life.
Yes.
So just to have this character who can do this, unless all the Infinity Stones get destroyed at the end of the movie, I don't really see a reason why he wouldn't just bring everyone back.
But
Like, do you think there's a chance that might happen where all the Infinity Stones just are
I
destroyed?
mean, the thing, I don't. Well, how would that happen? Like
I
you
don't know.
think it would just Thanos just like if I can't have it, no one can.
I guess.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
unless that happened, I don't really see how they could all be destroyed. So I mean, I don't want it to happen. I'd just be mad, like
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
have to
Like
like
I get
emote.
like I don't necessarily like this outcome,
Right.
but I'm prepared for it. I guess is the best way to put it.
I would really not like this movie if that happened. Like I'd just be mad.
Mm,
Because like I was so well. First of all, I had to get my life ready. I had to be prepared to lose whoever's gonna die.
mm,
And then it's like, oh, it's okay, just, it's fine,
mm,
And I mean, great. I mean, like don't get me wrong, I'd be excited that people come back, but it's
yeah.
kind of like I didn't really. I mean, it almost seems like it was almost purposeless. Like, yes, we
Mm,
had to stop Thanos, but like at the same time, it's
yeah.
like.
Yeah. Um. So I do have this like other like picture in my head of just this awesome sequence that could potentially happen. I I legitimately believe that at some point, towards the climax of this movie or during the climax, an Avenger will wield the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
Mm.
And
And
like,
yeah, go on.
No, yeah, basically, like, yeah, they'll do it. I don't think they'll have it for long. I think
Hmm.
they'll like have it, and the power will just like, almost like
Yeah,
mess them up. Like you're not worthy almost.
yeah.
But like,
Which would actually lead into this movie actually having stakes. Like my prediction is Captain America will be the one who actually gets the gauntlet. Like
mhm.
like they beat Thanos, or maybe they don't. Like their goal is to get the gauntlet away from Thanos. They do that. Captain America puts it on, and essentially like uses the power to to bring everyone back to life, to destroy Thanos, but also destroys him too. So there would still be stakes with, with
Cap
Steve
dying,
Rogers
but
dying.
oh, okay. I guess I'd be more okay with that
Mm-hmm.
because like it all makes more sense. It's not just kind of like, oh, happy ever after. It's more like, bittersweet victory.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I'm expecting going into this movie. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
expecting to be like, yeah, we kicked butt, because then I'm gonna be like, that was the worst battle. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
worth it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I do like that. Though. I think that would be pretty cool because like literally, you would just be like, yes, you sacrifice it. Like he's the ultimate. It would be the ultimate hero. It gives an excuse for Cap to not no longer be Cap because I mean, gets wasted.
He's
But like,
gone. He just
yeah,
erased from
he had to
reality.
save. Yeah, he had to, do all that stuff. Yeah, okay, I actually do like that. Let's see.
And of course, Quicksilver also comes back after that.
So I mean, I've never really understood why Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are even in this unit. Like, I
Yeah,
just
I don't
I don't get
really.
it.
I guess like my theory is that Marvel is just playing the long game with it. Like they knew eventually they would get the X-Men characters back, so they were
Yeah,
like, let's introduce a couple now, so that way when we're gonna kill them off because of the one movie deal. But later down the line, if we want to integrate the X-Men in, we always have the Infinity Stones or others. Yeah, we always have the
yeah,
Infinity Stones to bring him back if we need to. So
that's true. Yeah.
after credit scene, Quicksilver comes back to life. Scarlet Witch is like, "My brother's back, yay!" And then it sets up the X Men from there.
Mhm.
Feel like
You
it could
think
work.
like you think like bringing him back would like force like the X gene to just like disperse around the world,
Maybe,
like actually create mutants for
maybe,
once?
yeah,
Maybe. Who knows? That could happen. Scarlet Witch. I mean, she has the power to get rid of all mutants, so maybe she has the power to add them all in. So,
yeah.
hmm.
Like there are definitely possibilities when you have the Reality Stone at your possession. So,
Yeah, I mean, you can literally do whatever you want. It's the most
mhm,
powerful. Yeah,
yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet, man. No jokes there. Oh man. Ah, what else did I think was gonna happen?
Oh, speaking of the
Uh,
stones, where the heck is the Soul Stone?
I mean, okay, actually, like everyone's like, oh, it's in Wakanda. I
Hmm.
actually think it's not. I
Hmm.
think they are like using that as like almost like a cover because it's like why would they be protecting this area if there's nothing there? But it's really just a joke because
And
like,
they're protecting Vision, but yeah,
well, yeah, but I mean, it's assumed,
yeah,
But I think they're gonna like put it somewhere else and just kind of like not. I'm not gonna say hope he doesn't find it, but like just kind of like he'll be so distracted with the fight that like maybe if we
hmm,
win, great, but if we lose, we don't immediately lose everything.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where though. Where do you think it would be?
I, there's some theories that what's Idris Elba's character like
Mm-hmm.
is the Soul Stone because he has the yellow eyes. Um,
Uh,
I like. I mean, like I said, there more than likely are sequences in this movie we have no idea about.
right.
So there's a chance it could easily be somewhere we haven't seen. Like there are many possibilities, and I just the fact that it is they are clearly keeping it a mystery from us means they're gonna do something at least moderately special with it.
Oh
I would
yeah.
hope.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and who knows? Like maybe I mean, maybe like someone actually does have it on them. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe they just like during a fight, which I feel like that'd be reckless. Obviously, kind of dumb, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to use the resource. I mean, the best way to beat somebody is to use what they want against them.
Yeah.
So that probably makes sense. But because
True.
man, it's gonna be crazy. Oh,
Oh, so one thing that's always kind of bugged me ever since the after credit scene of Age of Ultron I don't like how Thanos just has the gauntlet. Like he just, I guess I gotta do it myself, and then
Yeah,
just has it. I feel we should know, how he got it. So I think it'll explain that
that's
throughout
what
the
I'm
movie.
saying. Like, I think there's gonna be like a good bit of this movie is gonna be like origin of like Thanos and stuff.
Mm,
I think a lot of it's gonna be like flashback from like Gamora, like telling Avengers, like in that scene
yeah.
where she's like, "Tell me his name again." Like, yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot of flashback
Mm,
storytelling and like, yeah, I think that's gonna go into because I mean, at this point, if you don't read comics, you still don't know who Thanos is.
yeah.
So like, it's like, where are we going? Like, who is this, giant person that wants to destroy the universe? It's
Mm,
like, well, I'm glad you asked, kids.
yeah. Do you
Like,
think it'll also explain how he went from blue to purple? Because he was clearly blue in Guardians 1.
yeah, I mean, you could make the arguments in a different light.
What? A different what?
Different, like, I mean, maybe like different. I don't know. I'm trying to make it work. I have no idea how it's gonna work. I mean, they just changed the color. I mean, I don't know.
But
Maybe. I mean, does it really matter?
to me, it does.
I mean,
Like
who
you're
knows?
you're building this guy up through what is it, 4 movies now,
Yeah.
and or yeah, this will be your 4th movie he's been in,
Mhm.
at least hinted at, and he's been a different color in every single one. It's like, Can you please explain how this happens?
It's like, so is there like a thing? Like, I mean,
It's like a
oh,
mood
maybe
ring
they
where like
will.
your emotions make you different colors.
Yeah. I mean, I guess blue's destructive and purple's conquesting. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Like, who knows? I mean, maybe they'll mention. I mean, I doubt it, but
Maybe
I mean, maybe it'll come out. Details
I'm not
again.
expecting it. I'm just really
No,
just
no,
curious
I know. You're
why
just
why the discrepancy, because like this is the major villain, and also Nebula is blue. Like Nebula and Ronan. Okay. What is the blue guy from Guardians 1?
Oh, you mean what's his name? Oh shoot. Hold on.
Is it not
I'm looking
Ronan?
it up. I think it's Roman. Hold on.
No, that's
Or is it
Hawkeye's
what's his
crap. Or
hold
is
on,
it spelled differently?
Yondu.
No.
No, not Yondu. No, it's Ronan then.
Ronon?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just spelled
There's
differently
two
than
yeah, there's
Hawkeye as
two
Ronan.
different there's two different
Cool. Okay. Makes you
Ronans.
like him even
Yeah.
less. Okay. So yeah, Ronan and Nebula, who are both like
Blue?
Thanos' biological children, are both very blue.
This is true.
Kree have canonically been very blue in this universe. Yet
Mm,
Thanos was blue in Guardians. He was kind of like dark blue, kind of purple-ish in at the end of Avengers and Age of Ultron, and now he is like clearly purple. So like
yeah.
I just want to know like what happened there.
Maybe when he gets mad he turns purple. I don't actually know. But I mean I'm just trying to help this idea because I
Yeah,
have no
fair
idea.
enough.
But I mean
Like if they don't explain that, I won't be upset or anything. I
I'm
want to know
glad because you'd
why.
probably be very upset during the movie. You'd be like, but they didn't explain why he's not blue.
Four
You
out of ten.
know,
They didn't explain that.
4 out of 10. Plot holes everywhere.
Mm.
Mm. But yeah, I mean, no big deal, I guess. But I mean, it's noticeable, but it's like, do you really care? I mean, not
I
you,
don't really
but
care, but I
that's what I'm saying.
kind of
Like,
care.
rather, I mean, he still brings the Thanos evilness. Like,
Yeah.
it's all good. But
I also wish he wore the helmet all the way through, but that's just me.
he might. You never know. Like,
He
he's
took it
probably not
off
gonna wear.
on the Asgardian ship.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you wear a helmet when you go indoors? You're not supposed to.
True,
You're not
true.
supposed to wear hats indoors. So, boom, maybe he's just being polite before he wrecks them. Like, who knows? Like, it's like, oh,
He's
like
a
we're all
gentleman.
gentle. Yeah, we're all gentlemen here. Blows up ship. But I mean,
Yeah.
I
Oops.
don't know. But I mean, at least he has a helmet. Like, at
Yeah.
least that's a thing now.
Yeah.
So I
He
mean,
does have it in the movie.
this is true.
Um. Okay. So maybe the most important thing about this movie, what do you think the after credit scenes will be like? Like,
Well,
just pie in the sky, what the heck is gonna happen after this movie?
I mean, the thing is, I mean, that depends so much on how this thing ends. Because I mean, if it's
Yeah.
like your theory with like, you just rerun everything back, they're probably just gonna go get shawarma. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. The way I see it, I feel like it's gonna be like personally, I think since Cap's gonna die, I think one of the after credit scenes is gonna be like Falcon, like
Mm-hmm.
looking at the suit and being like, well, I guess it's like it's finally my time. He's like, no, he's gonna say something like, I finally caught up with you or something like that, kind
Yep.
of like a
I
reference
like it.
telling
I like it.
yeah, something like that. And then he's gonna just have the suit like
Mm-hmm.
right there. Or that's one of those, or something else. Or maybe like um,
I mean, if Iron Man dies, maybe
yeah, like a
introduces that girl that becomes Iron
yeah,
Maiden.
yeah, something like that. What is her name? I forget.
Uh, I don't remember. Iron Maiden's her like her
Right, that's her like
name.
name, but her
Mm.
let's see, Melina Vosk. Ugh. Oh, nope, nope, nope. I don't even know. Oh well.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
no,
her.
yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, we'll get there. It doesn't
Mm.
matter. But no, I mean, yeah, that would be a good after credit scene because she's like, yeah, I heard Mr. Stark, something like that, and like she's super smart all of a sudden, and like, that would be a good one.
Ooh.
Probably something. I mean, I'd say like probably something with like if Thor makes it through this, he'll probably be like mourning. Well, like first, Asgard just kind
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
not really a place or people anymore. Loki
Yeah. Sorry.
probably gone. It's like first it's like lost my dad, killed my mom, brother got
Oops.
wasted, my people got wasted,
Yeah.
but I'm
Not
still the
much you
god
can
of
do.
thunder. Like but I got a new hammer. Like it'll be fun. Like
Can't really
uh,
joke when there's nothing to joke about.
yeah, no, I don't think there's gonna be any jokes in it. Like I mean, okay, not
There will be
end.
jokes, but not nearly as much as the Guardians or
Oh
even Avengers movie.
no, no, not like Thor Ragnarok jokes. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be very heavy for I think the good like 2/3 of this movie.
Hmm. Because Civil War, like, it was heavy, but it was still, people were still kind of throwing jokes around a little bit during the big
Yeah,
airport scene. I don't think there'll be much of that, like,
yeah. And
really at
no, because I
all.
mean, this is gonna be. I mean, this is the fate of the world stuff. That was more just like, look, man, come on, we gotta fix this. And a lot, you gotta remember, the people that were joking weren't like, Cap and them weren't really
Hmm.
joking. Iron Man's not
Yeah, it
joking.
was
Like,
Ant Man, Spider Man, even like Hawkeye and
yeah,
Scarlet, or not. He wanted to call her Scarlet Witch because Scarlet Johansson.
just Scarlett
Black
Johansson.
Widow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I know. But like, no, like they're joking, but they're not like the ones like really, really feeling it. But like, there's no jokes from obviously the two main people going at it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be like that, and I think it's gonna be. Man, this is gonna be so
Yes. Yes.
good.
So if
Hmm.
Silver Surfer did show up, do you think it would be like, do you think he would be heralding Thanos, or do you think he would show up in an after credit scene like with Galactus
I think it'll
also
be
just
an
gonna be?
after. I think it'll be an after credit scene
Yeah.
because I mean he is more like Galactus oriented, and
Mm,
also like maybe that. I mean maybe we will get like something about the Fantastic Four, man, because
maybe.
like. I know this is a stretch, but I mean, who knows? Maybe like part of Avengers 4, they're like, we need new heroes because, some of our heroes got,
Yeah.
wasted.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you guys are pretty. It's like, man, you guys are fantastic. And then it's just like,
Yep.
Jim from The Office and some other people. It's like, yes.
But
No,
see, the
just
problem
like,
is they already filmed Avengers 4.
I know, I know, I
So
know. It's just, I mean, it's not gonna happen,
which
but
just makes it like, which just makes this all even more confusing because like we're over here talking like Infinity War will be the end of the Thanos story. Do you think that'll be the case?
I do. But
Like,
okay, I thought about it. I actually do think that I don't think he. I think it will be the end, but like not like I actually don't know if Thanos is gonna actually like get killed. I
I
think
don't think he's
Thanos is
gonna
just.
die, but he's gonna be
That's what
defeated.
I'm saying. I think like there something's gonna happen to the Infinity Stones. He's like, well, I have no more reason to pursue. Like like
Mm-hmm.
he's just gonna be like, you know what, forget it. I didn't want the Infinity Stones anyway. Like just go, go back home with his tail between his legs. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean. Yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's just gonna like be held off.
Hmm.
I mean, can you really
Okay.
destroy a
I,
destroyer of worlds?
I
But
yeah, not.
well,
I guess not. I don't know.
I
I don't
mean,
know. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking too. Like, I would be very interesting if Thanos did, you know, bridge both Avengers 3 and 4. But I
mm,
feel at that point, like, I just don't really know how much different the movies could be if you have the same villain for both, you know? Yeah,
yeah, and
so,
like the thing is, like the way the Marvel universe is set up, like when the Avengers, like it would be like a year in the future almost. Like
yeah.
so, I mean, unless Thanos just rules the world for a year,
Oh, it'd be
like
crazy.
that. What if it happens though? Like,
That,
what if Thanos? What if in the end, like, what if
oh,
Thanos wins? Like,
I don't,
and,
oh,
like what? I
like
mean,
I'm literally ready for anything. Like, I don't, oh,
like we just get like kind of like an empire ending. Everybody dies, and then the bad guy wins, and
mm,
we're screwed, and then we have to wait on next year to see how we can get the world back.
yeah.
And like the next movie title is gonna be like
Like,
the
Avenge Us or
Avengers will
New
return.
Avengers or
Yeah,
something.
avenge us or something like that.
Oh, oh, yeah, I don't, I'm ready for it, but I'm not. Like,
I'm not ready. The world. I mean, the only thing, like, I know Ant-Man and Wasp like comes after, but I mean, they could just make that like a prequel or something.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could make it just before Infinity War
yeah,
because it's been some time since Civil War, so like it can be during the whole like Black Panther / Spider-Man Homecoming time.
mm, yeah.
Man, this is gonna be crazy.
I know.
Oh,
Ugh.
oh,
So I'm going into this movie with the expectation that Thanos will just be defeated, not killed, but defeated in this movie, and then Avengers
mm,
4 will be something completely different. And the only thing outside of Galactus that I feel could really match Infinity War is Secret Wars. Which, granted, I don't
mm.
necessarily know much, like all that much about that line of comics. The only thing I really know about that is that Secret Wars is where, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that where Spider-Man gets his black suit?
Uh,
Where it's like
actually,
heavily like utilized in those comics, right?
I think so. I've heard something like that. I'm not totally sure about that either. I don't know too much about like too many mainstream Marvel comic things. I'm more of
Mm,
DC, like comic wise, I have way more DC knowledge
yeah,
than Marvel
same.
knowledge. But like, I mean, I could see that because that would lead into, Spider in the black suit. That could lead
Mm,
into other. I mean, that could lead into a lot of
yeah.
things. And like, I really want to see the Spider-Man in the black suit. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I want to see how that would work with the AI. Like, would it
Yeah.
just like get a? I feel like it would get a different voice
Mm-hmm.
and like saying "we" instead of.
Ooh,
That'd be
like
so cool.
yeah. And I legitimately believe if the next movie is titled Secret War, which I feel makes sense, unless it's something to do with Galactus, I'm gonna guess there's like three after credit scenes in Infinity War.
Mhm.
One of the two or three after credit scenes will be Spider-Man getting the black suit.
Or like it has the scene where the astro
Mm,
spaceship I almost said that like comes down, he tries to like save it, and then it's like
yeah.
someone
Or
gets
like
on
he
or it's like on a shoe or something.
or like he acquires it while he's on that alien planet. They're fighting Thanos on or something like that. I just feel like that it might be a little early to introduce the black suit, but still, I feel like they could make it work.
Oh, okay. This is really weird and random.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you know how like the symbiote Spider-Man like symbol doesn't look like the regular costume?
Yeah.
What if he's wearing the like Iron Spider suit when it comes out, and that's why it looks like bigger like that?
Hang on.
Like,
What?
like it doesn't, like it doesn't matter. Okay, so like okay, one of the things I always had a problem with the black suit was like, although most of the suit matches, the insignia doesn't match. So
Okay.
like it's more like the big out spiral and just like the kind of
Yeah.
like yeah. So like I was thinking like how like the Iron Spider suit or whatever has
Yeah.
the more like full torso size
Mm-hmm.
spider. Like maybe he's wearing that suit when the black suit comes over, and like
Huh.
that's why it's more powerful than him and stuff like that usually because like Venom like outclasses Spider Man.
Yeah. because he also has the powers from the Iron Spider suit. Wow, that'd be
Right.
intense.
Like it'll be. Oh man. But what if it just takes over the suit? It's not as much a mental thing. It's just a suit thing. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
This is all.
and just as long as they do it better than Spider-Man 3, I'll be
I
fine.
mean, I don't think they have too. That won't be too hard. I don't
Yeah,
think. But
yeah,
I've been wrong before.
yeah. Okay. Um. So I think I got through the majority of, yeah, pretty much all of my list of predictions right here. Um. Is there anything else you want to add real quick before
Let's
we
see.
go into something else?
Um, I do think that like there will be. I okay. I don't. This is. It's gonna become. I feel like a lot of the Avengers are gonna like. I feel like like Black Panther, and that we're gonna like move with the other Avengers, like in
Mm,
New York and stuff, and he's gonna
yeah,
kind of leave like Shuri to like lead the channel. So like she's gonna like not become Black Panther, but like be like active like ruler.
yeah, because she's been Black Panther in the comics before, right?
Right. She's been Black Panther. But in the comics, she's way more trained in like combat. I don't know how her combat trained, but from the Black Panther movie, she didn't seem very combat savvy.
Mm-hmm.
But she might. I mean, she has time. Who knows?
Yeah.
Plus, defending the world that kind of
Mm-hmm.
helps. But yeah, I think since like some of the main hitters are gonna get wounded, they're gonna need other Avengers to step
Yeah.
up in their roles and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's just something little I thought about.
Mm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, one thing. There's one thing I feel we just need to see, which is why I don't believe that most, if any, Avenger is gonna die super early on. We need to see a shot with everyone together. Just one big pan around shot of everyone.
They are probably gonna have one of those. Just like when everything they're about to fight and then the music just goes, just pans around, just
Yes.
dun 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 dun, and it's just like they're gonna do
Like
it.
like it was a big deal when there were 6.
Yeah,
Now there are like 20.
and it's just like it's gonna be like it's kind of like I feel like it's gonna be kind of like like the intro to the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, where it's
Yeah.
just like lines up like
Mm-hmm.
all these like I feel like that's kind of what's on
Yeah.
like they'll be on the hilltop or something, just be everyone just everything you got. Like
Yeah.
this is Earth's mightiest hero. This is everything that you get past us, you can have Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get past us first, pretty much.
Not be able to save Earth, but we'll sure avenge it.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Yeah, I think that might be like the like final fight, maybe per se. That
Mhm.
might be how that goes down.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Wakanda's gonna get torched, honestly.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, yeah, which I hate because aw, we
But
just got to see it,
I mean, Black
Like
Panther 2 is still happening, so like
this
it's
is
not
true.
going to be completely decimated, but like
I mean, they're
it's going to get
rebuild,
messed up a
obviously.
little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's gonna be some damage,
Yeah.
but I mean, hey,
Eh,
it has to
What are
be
you going to
done.
do? Okay. So I want to hear just your basic predictions of like essentially the order of how this movie is going to go. Considering everything we've seen in the trailers, just everything like from the comics, everything so far, like basic movie structure. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
Here's what I think. I think it's gonna start on the ship with the Asgardians.
Mm.
I think that's gonna
So
happen
she taking place
first.
right after the after credit scene from
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
pretty much like minutes after for all we
Yeah.
know. But like that's pretty much gonna go down, and then obviously Thanos is like, hey, I kind of want that, and then I think Loki's gonna he's gonna use his magic to like pretend to give him a fake Tesseract,
Mm.
and then Thanos is gonna figure it out because like maybe the Infinity Gauntlet has a way of knowing or something like that, and he's
Okay.
like, you're attempting to deceive me, and then just like Loki just bursts
Yeah.
into flames or something, and he like backhands him into another dimension. Like I don't know, Loki's gonna die, and then pretty much the whole ship dies, everyone dies, but since
Thor
Thor's
tries to
divine-
fight back, but he just can't
Yeah,
handle it.
Thor, he just kind of and then that's the scene where he like grabs Thor's head and kind of
Thanos just throws him out a window.
just throws him into the vacuum of space. Everyone assumes Thor's dead right off the bat, but I mean he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
Then the Guardians are flying around. They hit Thor.
Yeah. I actually think the
Basically.
Guardian scene will take place like a little
a
like maybe
little
like 10
later.
or 20 minutes after.
Actually, that does make, because I didn't think like the scene with the school bus with the Peter part will
Mm,
happen like between that, because you know movies don't generally go like
yeah.
there scene to scene. They kind of split it up the stories
Yeah,
and
and you
eventually
need a
meet.
little bit of time to like really feel, oh crap, Thor might be dead.
Yeah, yeah, they're not just gonna, yeah. So I think the school bus scene where like, it was like, what's that? I think I think that's gonna happen, and then Peter's gonna swing, and as that's happening, they're gonna see that scene where like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark are gonna be in Stark or in Doctor Strange's like,
Yeah,
what's the place called? Is
the
whatever, I don't know,
Sanctum.
something like
It's
that. Sanctum. I think it was something special, or
yeah,
but
I don't know.
then he's gonna walk outside like, you know what? I'm done talking about this. And he's just gonna look up like, oh,
Yeah.
that ain't good.
Oh, we
And
forgot
then
about the
he's gonna
part when Hulk is going to crash down from the sky into the.
that too. That's probably gonna happen eventually. But I
Yeah.
mean, like that. I mean, yeah. But like Iron Man's gonna see that, and then
Mhm.
he's gonna get like an alert or something from Friday. So I'm like, Peter's on there, and he's like, what? So
Why?
like, yeah, like what are you? It's like this is not laying low, like like.
Mhm.
Then he's gonna have the Iron Spider suit like sent up to him,
Yep.
and then he's gonna follow it himself. And he's like, oh, and it's like vital signs low. He's like, no, Peter, and then and turns the suit on, super jet speeds up
Yep.
there. Then he's gonna, try to save him, give him the new suit. Then he's gonna be fine. I still don't know what those things are, which is
The
crazy.
portal. I guess that's
Yeah,
the portal that Thanos like steps through, but like I don't think he steps through just yet because Gamora hasn't talked to him about
right,
Thanos yet.
right, because they're not even there. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. The sequence of this is gonna be crazy.
yeah.
Like I gotta
So
see
why I'm surprised it's only
that.
2 hours and 40 minutes. Like this needs to be a 4 hour movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like this needs to just like we just sit here for 24 hours and just watch. Just
hmm
let this go. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much go down. By that time they go back to the Guardians. They have the
Oh,
whoa
actually,
language.
I think Thanos won't step through the portal, but I think like some of his like minions and like maybe one of the
Yeah,
Black Order people will
yeah,
step through.
Black Order and like all the little whatever those things are, just
Mm,
run after them.
yeah.
They're gonna go out there. So yeah, then they pick up Thor. Thor gets revived, and Thor's like, Thanos, he wants the Infinity Stones. And they're like, Infinity, so, like they're relaxed. Like I've heard of those. Like, and then obviously Gamora's like, oh yeah, Thanos, big
Mm,
dog. So like, they're gonna explain a little bit of that to them. And he's like, well, the other Infinity Stones on Earth. He's like, well, guess we're going. Like, buckle
mm,
up,
yeah.
fly to Earth, and then they make it, and then like by that time, like Tony and Peter are like back down, I guess.
hmm
And then that's when they kind of meet up with Doctor Strange and all them, and they're just like, all right, let me explain everything. So we explain everything, and then we get like cut to like the shit. I mean, I don't know. There's so much stuff I'm
Some
missing because I don't
stuff.
know what happens.
Yeah, like when and then there's all the stuff with Vision and Scarlet Witch, and then there's
Right, that's gonna be
uh
in there somewhere.
Hawkeye is gonna show up at some point. Black
The
Widow
other,
and all the stuff in
yeah, like the other
Wakanda. Like
Avengers
when do
have
they
to
go
get
there?
out
Like
of. Yeah,
oh
I mean, like how did the other Avengers get? Like, I mean, they got to get to Wakanda. Like
mm,
Banner's got to get to Wakanda. Like,
yeah,
there's
it's really hard
so
to piece it
much.
together, but like oh
Maybe Hulk just lands in Wakanda, and they're just like,
well we know
what is
he
that?
lands. We know he Bruce Banner at least lands in the Sanctum. I'm pretty sure we because we saw
That's right. We did see
Doctor
him
Strange
there. So
and
he's
crap what's
that's
uh I don't remember the other the Black Wizard's name.
I forgot. I don't
Yeah,
remember his name.
him.
I don't know.
And we saw them kind of like staring at Bruce. Is like, oh, this guy's here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I just man. There's so many pieces that like it's so hard to put this together because I mean
mm,
we have a lot, but we still have nothing because this movie's so
yeah.
long and so detailed.
And
Like
yeah,
because
there's an entire probably 20-minute in sequence we just don't know about theoretically.
exactly, at least and there's
Yeah.
probably a couple of those and like a bunch of characters we don't know and
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
you know,
do you think there will be any other Avengers that we haven't seen yet in this movie? Like,
like a new Avenger to show up.
yeah.
Um, maybe I can't think of who though.
Yeah, like
Like,
I don't see Captain Marvel showing up. I don't really see
not yet.
Moon Knight showing up. I don't know.
Nah, I don't think. Because honestly, because they don't generally add Avengers, you know, like they kind of the whole. Well,
They added Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver into Age
okay,
of
but that I
Ultron
mean
and
that's different. I mean,
Vision.
okay, yeah, but like, you know what? Okay, let me explain. Like,
Okay.
they don't like I know Scarlet Witch is like an Avenger or whatever, but like you know
Mm.
that was kind of more just like I mean they already teased about that technically like
True,
the
yeah.
credit scenes before, so it wasn't like out of nowhere like what?
Yeah.
Like you know this if they add someone, there's gonna be like no way anyone could have saw it coming,
Mm.
you know. But
Yeah.
I think they could. I just don't think they will.
Yeah, because I just feel like that scene where Captain America is leading the charge, that's so much in charge with Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
Rhodey, and Falcon flying in the background. I feel like that scene is prime for other people to be in that scene we don't know yet, either Hawkeye, Ant Man, or like maybe people who haven't even
Mm-hmm.
been shown yet.
Oh my gosh, that I'm still ready for that scene though, because I mean you're gonna have
Yes,
the chant before it, which is gonna be so
yes,
hype and like,
oh yes,
oh, I'll be like, yo, let's go. I'll be ready to go into battle, and everyone's just gonna look at me, but it's just like, it's gonna be so intense and just like,
yes.
oh,
Ugh.
everybody's gonna fight. Like, there's so because like I mean, just like you got all the Wakandans are fighting. You know, you get to see all the Avengers. Well, not all of
Mm-hmm.
them, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe we don't
Maybe
know. At that
many
point,
of
no,
them.
somebody might be dead. I don't know.
I,
But I mean, oh my
like
gosh,
I
it's
just
so
really
good.
hope they don't kill Iron Man before him and Captain America meet up at least once. I feel like
I feel
that
like
would,
that would make it sad though. Like you would really feel that because it's like I never had a chance to like
yeah.
make up.
But I remember in one interview, the Russo brothers said they wanted to make Civil War because they felt it necessary to split the Avengers apart before bringing them together again to fight Thanos. So not
Yeah,
having Captain America and Iron Man coming back together to fight Thanos just I don't know
that's
that
true. That wouldn't work as well. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Man, there's so much about this movie. I love. Oh my gosh.
I want it.
Ah!
I want it now. But I also
I just.
don't.
I don't say like I do, but it's like, am I ready? Because I'm not. We're not gonna be the same people after we see
Yeah.
this movie. Like,
Like it's very fitting that this is episode 10 because like that like
mm,
I feel everything after episode 10 is gonna be very different than everything before episode
right. I
10.
mean,
Like
the universe. I
oh
mean, this is gonna. I mean, like you know, like Civil War changed up things, you know, but like this is gonna change everything. Like this
mm,
is not gonna. The universe is gonna be near unrecognizable at this point.
yeah. Oh like legitimately like next week when we do this next week, it'll be just some like the world will change next week and it's
That's all I'm
insane.
saying. It won't be the same. I mean, this week if the world's gonna be changed. Like, I mean,
uh,
oh my goodness. Like, it'll just be like, I can't believe this. This is
mm-hmm.
unbelievable. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh my god. I just, man, this is gonna be crazy. Like, ah, goodness. So much is gonna happen, and you know, who knows who might die? Maybe no one dies. Maybe they
Maybe,
all die. We
maybe
don't
no,
know.
maybe they, yeah, maybe they all die.
Maybe they all die, and the movie's just like the end. Like the
Maybe
news,
Thanos just
like
rewrites history and
that's what I'm saying.
corrects the timelines so that 8 years actually makes sense for for homecoming.
8 years, mate. You're so still mad about that.
I'm not mad. I'm just like you have to push so much. You have to reason around so much stuff. Like apparently, Avengers takes place in 2009 now, in order for
Yeah,
Homecoming to take place in 2016. So like, or yeah, 17. Yeah, so like it's
it makes no sense. It's like that. There's a solid 3 year gap that just isn't accounted for.
yeah, and
Like
apparently,
no.
Iron Man 2, Thor, and the after credit scene of Captain America all take place within a week.
Yeah,
It's
which
like
is
what?
like
I don't know about that.
okay. Oh no, like you know, it's a long week for Fury, but I mean,
Yeah, I, I just don't necessarily like that, and I feel it would just again maybe it's just Marvel playing the long game, or maybe they're retconning it by Thanos, winning and just rewriting history somehow. I don't know.
I mean, that would just be kind of like, I don't want to say lazy writing,
It'd be
but
it'd
like,
be it'd be iffy for sure. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But I mean, it should be okay. Like, at the end of the day, yes, it's off, but like, are, it's still
Like
not
if that
that
title
huge a
card had just
deal.
said 4 years, it'd been fine.
Yeah, I know. Like, you change one thing, we're fine. But I don't. That's the thing. You knew, like, they knew about this. They knew. They were like, all right, it's messed up, but like, I mean, we're gonna do it anyway. So, I mean, maybe there's a plan for it. Who knows? But,
Maybe I don't know.
but
Yeah,
oh
it's
well.
weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Oh my gosh. Okay. So. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. I don't
I
even.
don't
I
know where
don't.
to go from here. Like
I was gonna say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I mean, do we literally just like? What is gonna be left of this universe? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
maybe
there's so much
nothing,
gonna
maybe
happen.
everything, maybe a fraction of it. I don't know.
I need to know. I need to
I need
know
to
who I need to
know.
say goodbye to. I'm
Ooh.
afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Or do I? I mean, oh gosh. My thing
Like
is, it's not like it's not really gonna hit me until someone like dies. I'm just gonna be
yes,
like,
someone like confirmed
what?
death.
Yeah, like gone. Like you can't. Like no Dragon Balls can wish you
Mm-hmm.
back. Like you're done. You're just like, dang, yeah, game
It's all
over.
right.
Like that's what I'm afraid of. When I was like, he died. Like,
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna like feel like
mm,
he was a good soldier. I'm like,
yeah, like especially if it is like a Captain America or Iron Man dying super early. It's like
yeah,
like so much stuff just can't happen now that this guy is not here. Like,
like that's just and that's gonna make you want to fight. Like, you get more invested in the battle. It's like, well, no, we need to like. I feel like this is gonna be the first time where like they actually like the name actually like really is personified.
mm,
Because like, I mean, it's a difference between defending and avenging. Like,
yeah.
you're actually avenging the man who killed, whoever dies. Like, this is
Mm,
this isn't just for the world. This is for Tony, or this is for Steve, or
yeah.
whoever. Like,
Yeah.
this is serious.
Do you think that vision that Tony Stark had at the beginning of Age of Ultron, do you think that'll be referenced at all?
Um,
Because like everyone was dead. Like Captain America's shield was split in half. Like Thor,
yeah,
Hulk, Cat, Scarlet, Black Widow. They're all
I think
dead
it's
or
definitely
dying.
gonna come. I think it's definitely gonna come back because like they wouldn't add if they're just not gonna ever reference it again, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's important. And like I don't know if the exact sequences are going to be the same, but like something, there's going to be a point where Peter's just like, everyone's dead. And he's just
Yeah.
like, I don't, like,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's just, bodies just lying on the ground. And you're just like,
Yeah. It's like oh
what do I
no.
do?
Like this was I
Like,
could have prevented this. Like this is my fault. Like
yeah,
oh.
I don't
Ugh.
know. But then again, like, I mean, is it really visions or is it
I
like,
I don't
maybe
know.
she's just messing with it? Like, that's the thing. We don't know. Like,
Like I mean, Scarlet Witch's thing that she showed him his greatest fear, and his greatest
right.
fear is not being able to save everyone, and they all die because of it. So that actually, Thanos seeing that vision, maybe actually either like implanting that vision again in his head, or like actually somewhat making that come true would.
Yeah, like kind
Oh,
of like the thing you said with Spider-Man. Spider-Man gets wrecked really hard. You're
mm,
just like, I no, I could have stopped it. Like,
yeah.
because maybe, I mean, who knows, man? Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking like the very beginning when they first like I think like the first thing like Thanos isn't even gonna talk at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna like Iron Man's gonna come up to him. He's just gonna be like, he's just like, and everyone's just like, oh,
Ooh.
that was our big guy. Like he just got
Oops.
wrecked. Like I'm scared. Like
Yeah. Oh.
oh man, oh
I'm
my
just
goodness.
I'm just so impressed at how secretive they've been with this movie because
That's what I'm saying.
any
And
other
for how
studio
long?
any other studio in like the second trailer would have shown their entire hand. TV spots by
Hmm.
now would be showing everything. Yet they are just showing the same 3 or 4 sequences the entire time, and like I legitimately believe that's not the entire movie.
It's not. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this movie. I mean, it almost can't be with how long this movie is. That's the
Hmm.
thing. And like,
Yeah.
and they're just adding, little snippets onto the scene. Like they're put. It's like you're given a puzzle,
Hmm.
and they start two spots in the middle,
Yeah.
but you don't really have any corners. You don't know what part of the puzzle these spots are even in. You have. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
All you know is it's gonna be in it, but you don't know where. You don't know what part it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because they've released so many TV spots, yet we still
Yeah,
couldn't really piece it together right now,
I
which is
know.
not which
It's
is
crazy.
like even like Civil War. Like I love those trailers, but like this third trailer, they kind of
Yeah.
you could kind of feel the beats of it, but still it was a good movie regardless. But this
Oh
movie,
yeah.
they were
I
just
mean,
like, no, we're not even gonna
yeah.
do that much. We're gonna like give you a couple of puzzle pieces and that's it.
Yeah. And you're just like, I mean, we're sitting here trying to put them together.
It's
We're
like
probably completely wrong. Like, it's
like we
gonna be.
know we know where it starts ish. We know where the Wakanda fight will go, but we don't know much of anything in between
That's what I'm saying.
or
Like, that's
after.
pretty. We
Like I
know.
don't. Oh,
I was like, we know basically like three events that'll take place,
mm-hmm.
pretty much 3 or 4, and that's
Oh.
pretty. What order they take place in? I mean, anything. We
Will they
don't
have it
really know.
simultaneously? I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. We don't.
Yeah.
Maybe they all die at once. I mean, oh
Mm,
man.
man. Ugh. Ugh. Is there anything else you
Four
want to just gush about?
4 days, man. I
Days.
mean, 4
What is
days.
like every single time I'm on Twitter or Facebook and I see a TV spot, just a rush of hype just like washes over me.
Mm-hmm.
And like it,
I
it
know, just
immediately
the
goes away,
view.
but like I've watched like I can't not watch those. Like oh it's happening. Okay, move on with my life. Oh it's happening.
And
Move on with my
oh,
life. I have to move
you
on.
know, and for me, it's just the music. You hear that
Yes.
theme good, you're just like, oh my, like, oh my
Hmm.
goodness, dude. I'm so it's oh my, I'm so ready.
Yes.
I'm ready, but I'm not.
Mhm. Uh, I just really
I'm
hope
so
the movie doesn't get
interested.
spoiled for me. That would just be the worst thing. Like Star Wars was one thing because like it was kind of you could more or less like predict what was gonna happen. I mean, there were certain things that kind of were surprising, but like, is are we to the point where I can spoil episode 8?
Yes, yes, we're in
Okay,
April.
okay,
The
yeah,
rule I like is I like 2 or 3 weeks, so you're good.
okay, like, I mean, Luke dying, like that wasn't like a super out there spoiler. Like it
Nah.
was probably going to happen anyway. So like me getting spoiled on that, it was like I didn't like knowing that going in, but still, it wasn't like super. I wasn't super upset about knowing that.
No.
Whereas with Avengers, where there are so many characters
I
who
know.
could die, like in Star Wars, Luke, Leia, I guess Snoke, Kylo Ray, Finn. There's like a couple, but even then, if any one of them died, it wouldn't be as big of a deal as
Oh.
an Avenger.
Yeah, I mean maybe Ray because it's kind of
Ray,
like
yeah,
this is
Ray and
kind of
Finn, those two, I
this is
guess. But
kind of
outside of
yeah. I was
those
like
two,
this is kind of your story, It's kind of like Luke Skywalker dying in the original. It's kind of
yeah,
like wait, we need you. It's
yeah,
kind
like
of the
Ray and
whole
Finn, I
point.
guess those two dying would be a big deal. But if
Yeah,
any of the others I mentioned, not so
no,
much.
like no, it's not a huge. It's kind of just like oh no, that's crazy,
Mm-hmm.
But like an Avenger, it's just like because the thing is we've been through so much with all
Mm-hmm.
these characters. I mean Iron Man's been has 3 of his own movies. He's been in what
Mm-hmm.
I want to say 5 or
Nine,
6,
9 movies.
9.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in 9 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
I
I
think
didn't
if you count
know. What?
Hulk, that's
Okay,
9.
that's true. Okay, so what is it? You got 3 Iron Mans, you got Hulk, you got the original Avengers movie, you got Civil War, you got Ultron, Spider-Man Homecoming.
And then
Um, what was that? Hulk, you said?
Infinity War makes 9.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't count Infinity
yeah.
War. Yeah, okay,
And
that's
then
true.
in Avengers 4, I guess he'll be in that in some capacity.
Maybe. I mean,
He's
who knows?
he's
He might just be.
on
I
IMDb
mean,
for like
he might just be a flashback. Who knows?
maybe
Like,
I don't know,
he could be a Force ghost.
or
Like,
like an AI personality. I don't.
yeah. Be like, oh, I'm not really here right now. I'm just,
Yeah.
I could see him doing. Like, think of me as an
Yeah.
Alec Guinness. But,
Mm-hmm.
just throw that reference around just because they can, because
Mm-hmm.
Disney. But
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know. And like that's the thing, they've been part. So many of these guys have been so many part of this, and it's like you could have potentially be wasted.
Yeah.
And like no bit, like and you get wasted by Thanos. There's no funeral for that
All
body.
right.
Like that body's gone. No, this guy's just like, oh well, he's dead.
Whoops.
like well, Plan B. Don't do what he did. Like you
What
can't
would be
really.
Plan B if Thor or Hulk died? Like,
I
that's
mean,
all you
I mean,
got.
I mean, Hulk. I mean, it's like we have a Hulk. It's like no, you had a Hulk, and it's just like
Oh,
here, welcome to Earth. This is our planet. Please just don't kill us all.
kill
Like,
half
I
of us.
mean,
He wants to kill half
yeah,
of
there you go. Kill half of us. And not it, like,
us.
I mean, like, oh my goodness, but man, I don't know. I just don't know what I'm gonna do if like the serious like my thing is the Avengers that have been the longest time are the most likely to get killed, and that scares me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
so invested in these characters, we love them, and it's just like, bye, we're
Yeah.
gone.
And people like Thor, who I just recently learned to love.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
couldn't
like,
deal if he died.
but we had so many better movies to make, like, oh, Thor, oh man, especially with how good Ragnarok was.
Oh
It'd
yeah.
be a shame if Thor died. Like,
Mm-hmm.
such a
Yeah.
high note. Just,
Like Captain America, like he had the best trilogy, and like all of his
yeah,
movies were actually good.
yeah,
So him dying, it would be a big deal, but it wouldn't like be a travesty, I guess.
right. You wouldn't feel deprived of like Captain America. Like
Yeah. Whereas if Thor
Thor
or Hulk,
dies,
like
yeah, you're
there's
like,
other stuff you could do with them.
like he was getting so good. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Thor, like especially with the recent transition he went on, like the hair, gonna get a new weapon,
Mm-hmm.
only got one eye, like
Yeah.
man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, the
Oh my
world's gonna be
gosh.
different. The world's gonna
That's
be
what I'm
different
saying.
on
That's what I'm
Friday.
saying. And that's the thing. And like this whole universe, and like the thing is, like, since events like this always affect the universe, like
Mm-hmm.
imagine how that like this MCU world's gonna be after this. Like
Yeah.
the world is gonna be like I mean crazy. Like so many like just think of all the things that happened that affected, like the first Avengers movie. Like if the plot behind, Spider-Man Homecoming is like partially because of the Avengers movie and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And like, and eventually I mean really
I mean,
the
Thanos
plot
came
behind
there because of the Avengers.
that's what I'm saying, like that. So like if that made a ripple effect to all this, a movie of this magnitude make a ripple effect to just like
Mm-hmm.
change everything.
Yeah, like even if no one dies, which I mean, someone's gonna die. Even if no one
Yeah.
dies, stuff is still gonna be different. Like, I can't really explain how right now, but like something fundamentally will change about this world.
Hmm.
Mm.
I thought about it
What?
and I'm like, I feel like what you said earlier about Iron Man surviving, I am kind of thinking about because I feel like they're gonna do kind of like what they did with Leia in The Last Jedi.
Mm.
Kind of like how it almost the scenes put together almost made it look like she's assured dead,
Yeah.
but like somehow she was the only one that survived of like the older people.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's the one person that should be dead that didn't die. So I
Yeah,
feel that's gonna
because they
happen.
knew they needed, like, even after the unfortunate passing of Carrie Fisher, they still knew that they needed a scene where Luke and Leia met up at least one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. Man, that scene. Like I know this
Yeah.
is Star Wars, but that scene, that was crazy.
Yeah. Oh.
About all that, but
Yeah.
man, oh man, dude, this Avengers. Oh my gosh, the world is not ready. I'm
No, it's
dreading
not.
it. I'm
Neither
trying
are
to
we.
run from it, but destiny is still arriving. I'm terrified. Just
Mhm.
like
So I guess one last thing we need to discuss is how well do you think this movie will do opening weekend? Because to put it in perspective, The Force Awakens did over 240 million
mhm.
Friday or opening weekend.
Right.
So how well do you think Avengers 3 will do?
I mean, so far, everything indicates that this movie is gonna be like, you know, huge. So
Yeah.
unless my thing is, as long as the movie delivers to a high quality,
Mm,
I think it's on pace to really be in that like top five grossing
yeah.
kind of category
Yeah.
within a few weeks. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially with how what Black Panther did. Marvel's obviously on a huge roll between that and Thor Ragnarok, and all of a sudden it's like the way Infinity War is going now, and it's bigger than what the last six movies combined, something like
Yes.
that.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the numbers, like this movie is
Yeah.
like the projection, this thing's gonna
And
skyrocket
the marketing
really
push is insane. Like
that's
there's
what I'm saying.
so many
Like,
TV spots that still just don't show much. There are
I
interviews
know,
with every major character. They're just they've been hyping this movie up for the better part of 3 years.
I know,
Uh,
it's going down. This movie's gonna be huge. I honestly think that this movie is gonna be. I think it's gonna pass Black Panther.
oh yeah, like I'm not
Like,
gonna say
but
easily, but it yeah probably.
that's what that, and like that's crazy because Black Panther is the number three highest grossing movie,
I know.
which is
Sorry.
crazy. Like the fact that there's like a solid, like very solid chance that this becomes a top three highest grossing
Hmm.
movie ever is
Yeah.
like,
Like
and you just
uh,
casually say that.
I could easily see this movie breaking 250 million opening weekend.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's gonna maybe. Well, yeah, because I mean,
At least 200.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm just determined. Like, is this gonna be like right out the gate the highest grossing movie here? Like, I don't know if it's gonna just walk up there and just boom destroy the Force
Yeah,
Awakens. But I mean, at this point, it might. That's
it
the
might.
thing. Just
Yeah.
with how huge Marvel is and how many. Like the thing is, there's so many characters that you love at this point.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
every character going into this movie is like either at a high point or at least at like a solid middle ground. Like no
Hmm.
character coming into this movie is like coming off like a slump. Like
Yeah.
everyone's had a great
Yeah.
movie
It's
coming into
not like
this.
they're making this movie back in 2013 after Thor, the second Thor, and
Yeah,
Iron Man 2.
I'm saying everybody's on their way up. Black Panther just had a huge movie. Spider Man just had a huge movie. Thor just had a huge movie. Iron
Hulk
Man
was in that
still
one.
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man's always been pretty
That's what I'm
solid.
saying.
Captain America, of
Right.
course.
Yeah,
Like,
Captain America. I mean, Doctor Strange, the Guardians, like
hmm.
Solberg, and like they got Thanos looking like that villain. That's
Hmm.
gonna sit you down, and be like, no, I'm gonna rule this world, and you're
Yeah.
just gonna let me
Yeah.
because he's like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy.
Hmm. Like, ugh. And as stupid as that, like we're comparing it to The Force Awakens, and that's both Disney.
There is, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like Disney's like, all right, which Disney is the highest grossing of all time? Will it be Disney movie number? Like the thing, Disney
They're
never
OP.
needs to do anything. I mean, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But the thing is, this this is arguably not even like this is not even the only ginormous movie Disney's making this year.
Yeah.
Like they still have The Incredibles 2, which is gonna be huge with like
Hmm.
anticipation and hype for that. It's still, I mean,
Solo is gonna do
that's what
some.
I think. Solo's gonna do solid now that movies are kind of spacing out. Solos, I think, I think the hype for Solo. I think after Infinity War, the
Mm.
hype for Solo is
They're
gonna
gonna
pick up
push
a little
Solo
bit.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna because like right now they were kind of busy, and
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 also. I mean, no one. That's the thing. Like,
Technically, yeah, technically Disney.
I mean, technically, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
still their name that's
Yeah.
according to so they've got all that going on, and it's like, who else is even at this point? It's almost like who else is making movies?
True.
That's pretty much where
Yeah.
we're at.
Yep. So really, no matter what happens, Disney will win. Basically.
Disney won years ago. When Disney bought Star Wars, they
Back in like
already won.
2012, 2013. Yeah. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like they already won. They already. That's what I'm saying. When you have the thing is, you have entertainment. You have Disney already
Yeah.
has, Disney. They got
Pixar.
Pixar with that. So that's
Yeah.
already huge entertainment industry. Now you got, of the two superhero universes, you got one and made the movies better by so much
Mm-hmm.
than the other ones. That's not even a competition.
Yeah.
And then you got Star Wars, which is
Freaking
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
I don't even have to explain why Star Wars is a huge deal. That's the thing. Like it's Star Wars. You don't even
Yeah.
have to play it. Like I don't need to. It's Star Wars,
Then
so
they
you
can just
own
make
that
live
too.
action remakes of of Beauty and the Beast for like $1.3 billion. It's
Well, I'm
like,
saying they didn't
why?
even need
That's
to
not
make
good of a
that.
movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I honestly prefer the original better.
Yeah,
But like, it doesn't matter
doesn't
because
matter.
it's Disney and they still make billions because why not?
Yeah,
I have the resources. I might as well make another billion since I have the time. I'm not too busy this month. Let me just go braid the box office again, make sure
yeah,
every other movie's pulled because of me.
yeah.
You know, like when people are like, "Hey, do I watch this movie or do I see this movie for the third time?" and pick the movie for the third time, it's like not even fair. It's like, dude, just why? Why? I mean, it's kind of like that point. Like, why do I even? Why would you even bother?
Yeah, like just any other studio releasing anything, either like next Friday and through like end of June, like don't even show up. Like don't even bother.
Right. Like, I mean, really, this year, the only movies that have really been, like, you think of all the movies that come out this year. Wrinkle in Time kind of flopped.
Yeah,
Like, Ready Player One was solid, but I mean,
still didn't do
but I mean,
gangbusters.
yeah. A Quiet Place is the only non-Disney movie
Hmm.
so far this year that hasn't really been a disappointment.
Yeah, like even
But like,
Pacific Rim 2, I heard it was like good movie, but it didn't like it wasn't better than the original, and also like didn't do that great at the box office. So
yeah, and
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
still,
Like people weren't talking about it for a while. Like
yeah,
the first, like I know it's only April. I mean, but I mean, the thing is, this is really your window. It's before. I mean, really, because between Black Panther and Infinity War, and then pretty much
hmm
after summer when all these other Disney
yeah.
movies come out, that's your window. That's
Which
all
is
you get
which is
because
why it was so
anything in
stupid
between.
that DC just didn't release that Aquaman trailer before Infinity War, because after Infinity War, there's gonna be like they're not gonna care about Aquaman because Infinity War happened.
But to be fair, were they really going to care in the first place?
No,
Because
but they would have
there's
had a
still
better
all,
chance to.
but see, there was still all the black. The thing is, there was still all the Black Panther hype, and
Yeah,
it's like the Black Panther hype ends. Then there's like a couple weeks, and then Infinity War hype just like
yeah.
skyrockets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're taking a sabbatical. They're just
Yeah.
like, you know what? We're not going to be the most trending topic for today, just because I don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's your window. And if you don't take it, all right, we're back on top
Yep.
again,
Again,
and I mean, and the thing is, it's Aquaman. No one
no one
cares
cares.
about Aquaman.
Yeah.
I love DC Comics. I don't care about Aquaman.
I like him as a concept, just execution. He's just never been good. Sorry, like
Well,
I want to
it's
like you, I
just,
just can't.
I mean, that's the thing. And like, ah, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know, man,
Yeah,
but DC is in trouble because their universe is falling apart while their rival universe is literally about to be on the cusp of
explode.
possibly. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like, quite possibly, and like likely one of the highest grossing movies ever.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like Disney already made all their money back just from pre-ticket sales.
Oh, oh, they did. Like they needed it. like they're like, man, I hope these the thing is, Disney's not worried. Disney's
No.
not like, man, this really needs to go through. Like they have no, they're so, and the thing is, they're so ahead. They've got all these movies already ready to go. Like boom. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
even forgot to mention Ant-Man and Wasp. That's how good they're doing. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that movie's not gonna, it's not gonna be Infinity War, but I mean, it's
Still
gonna be
there.
probably yeah, it's still gonna be a solid movie. Everyone's gonna like it.
Couple
More than
hundred
likely.
mil. I mean, that's all they really
That's
want at
what
this
I'm
point. They don't
saying.
really
Like,
need.
they're not expecting, breaking the box office, but I mean, hey, more great, gravy, and they're
Yeah.
just gonna invest more in this character that's probably gonna have a bigger role in the next Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, I. The only problem I see with Infinity War coming out is that I'm never gonna be able to see that trailer ever again.
What, the Infinity War trailer?
Yeah, that second one. That was
Oh,
such a
in
good
the
trailer. I
movie
never saw it
theater?
in theaters. I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
just something special about like watching a great trailer in
In
the
theaters.
dark, on the big screen, and just
It's
not
just
seeing that second Infinity War trailer on the big screen. It's a bit disappointing, but like, so I'm like, but when the one disappointment you're probably gonna have after watching a movie is you're not gonna be able to see its trailer again. Like
I mean, I'm still gonna
it's
pull it
definitely
up
a
on
loss at that point.
YouTube
True.
whenever
We still,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm just that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm still gonna get goosebumps whenever I
yeah,
hear, and or whatever, or,
yeah.
the music that
Mm.
way. Like, it's still huge, and like, it's the thing is, this is gonna change everything. But I'm confident This isn't gonna be the last time I'm this hyped. That's the thing.
Yeah, same.
Like, it's gonna keep. It's not like it's all downhill from there. It doesn't
Hmm.
feel like because Marvel's just going up.
Yeah, like all the Infinity War, TV spots and whatnot are talking about like it all ends here, but like Avengers 4 is happening. We know what's happening, so like,
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I mean, I think this is good. I mean, this is obviously going to be monumental in this universe, but it's
mhm.
like, life goes on. I mean, whether or not certain people are in it remains to be
Yeah.
seen. But I mean,
Ugh,
there's going to be another Avengers movie. What it's going to be about, we don't know
we don't
yet.
know.
We'll probably find out. But
Yeah.
man,
Ugh. Like I honestly might be the most excited just for the after credit scenes because like I, uh,
mm,
just the fact that we know nothing about Avengers 4 and the after credit scenes are surely gonna show what that will be. I'm so excited just to see what comes next.
oh, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I just gotta happen. I
ready?
need it, and you know what? We got 4 days.
4 days.
4 days, and the
Uh,
world will never be the same.
yep.
It'll be like Thanos actually showed up and destroyed the world, except not, which is
But
great.
yeah, I
So then we
understand.
can watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times do you think you can actually see it in theaters?
I'm not really big into watching movies in theaters multiple times. Like I
Okay.
saw Last Jedi twice, but outside of that, there haven't really been that many. I think I saw Finding Dory twice, just out of just with a friend or
Okay.
whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I might see it twice if maybe my brother wants to watch it at some point. But like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not probably not gonna go out of my way to watch the second time unless it's just amazing.
Just that good, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking. Like, I know I'm gonna see it once, just to
Mhm.
like, I have to see it before everybody else
Yeah.
does, so I don't ruin it. But
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna see it again, like with some other friends, probably my brother too, just
Mhm.
because like I'm trying to catch him up with the Marvel universe. So I gave him like a to watch list of like
Uh,
movies to watch.
nice.
So he's just supposed to be working on that. So we'll see. But
Yeah. Because like the problem is, I need the money to also buy the
life,
ticket for Deadpool 2 and Solo and Incredibles. Like there's
yeah. I
so many
mean,
movies in a short
that's
period
what I'm
right
saying. You
after
gotta
this. I just
budget your life. You're like, can I really afford to do all this? But I mean,
mm,
at the time, I'm just like, yes, I can. I'm buying. I don't
fair
care.
enough.
I'll make the money somehow. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. All that matters is that I see this movie now.
I'll figure it out
But
somehow.
yeah, it's like I'll make it work later. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so on a scale from one
Mm.
to like 1,000, how hyped are you right now?
At this moment, I'm pretty hyped. I mean,
Like
I'm,
970 ish.
I guess. I don't know. I've never done a scale from 1 to 1,000, so I
Oh, they're
guess like
fine.
in the I guess like in the 900s. I'm pretty hyped at this point. I think if I watch the trailer again, I might just
Yeah,
like explode.
yeah,
But like,
same.
man, it's going down. It's going down.
Mm-hmm.
It's going down. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I wasn't ready before. Now I feel ready.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's gonna wear off again.
Yeah.
But
You watch
then
that TV
like
spot on Twitter, it's just gonna keep
that's what I'm
coming.
saying.
It's
I'm
gonna keep
gonna
coming.
like have a marathon of like I'm just gonna make a playlist of TV spots and trailer and
Mm-hmm.
just like
There actually
before the
is
movie.
I think there is a compilation of the TV spots on YouTube. It's like a
Mhm.
5 minute
Yeah,
video.
there's a couple of those. Like just get ready. But yeah, I'm excited, dude. It's going down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look forward to next week's video where assuming we both actually watch this movie, which I mean, I don't, unless we die, I don't, unless I literally die, I don't think I'm gonna miss this movie. Like, if I break every bone in my body, I will still like go to the theater this Friday.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, at this point, I've already bought my ticket. Like it's
True.
happening.
Yeah. So yeah. unless for some reason one of us doesn't watch it for some stupid reason. We will be back next week to review this sucker. So,
That's
until
gonna be a
then,
long one.
hopefully the world will still be intact by then, and we will see you all next time.